Arlene here. Welcome back to my Country Craft Corner and Arlene's Travels. How in the world are you guys doing today? It is so good to see you again, and thank you so much for stopping back by to see what I'm up to. And what I'm up to today is I'm going to bring you a couple of more little interesting facts about the Coral Princess here, that we are currently on the Coral Princess, doing a Panama Canal Full-Transit cruise. Then we're doing a California coastal cruise, and then we're doing a Vancouver round-trip Alaska cruise. So we're on here for quite a while, and I'm going to finish up telling you about the Panama Canal Full-Transit cruise today. And I wanted to bring you some more kind of brass tacks information about the Coral Princess, and I wanted to tell you about one of the cruise ports where we did get off, and more sea days. It's like I said in the last video, I wasn't sure I was going to have enough material to really give you something interesting to listen to. But I have some pictures to show you, and I do want to tell you a couple of things, and I'm getting this content really from questions that I get and have been getting since we've been on board. Let's start with the laundromat. And can you do your own laundry on a Princess cruise ship? Or do they offer you free laundry, or do they offer you other laundry and laundry services? And the answer to all of that is yes. As far as free laundry is concerned, the only way that you can get that is if you are an elite passenger in the captain's circle level, which Chris and I are, and we could send our laundry out and have it done for free. But the problem is we can do our laundry and have it back to ourselves in a matter of a couple of hours, where you pretty much have to wait 24 to 48 hours for your laundry to come back if you do send it out with Princess. They also leave you a bag in your closet attached to one of the hangers with all the pricing on it. It's very pricey. If I can find what we did with that, I'll put it here for you guys. I'm not sure if we still have that piece of paper. Hopefully we do, and I'll be able to kind of show you. But just to let you know, each passenger's deck has a laundromat on it, and it's usually, well, it depends on which ship you're on. Ours on this ship is in the aft, and we literally walk out the door, take a little jog to the right and then to the left, and our laundry room is like right there. Takes about 10 seconds for us to get there. And here are some pictures of our laundromat is what they call it, laundry room. We have stacked washers and dryers in there. We have 2, I think, ironing boards and irons, and a sink, and a TV in there if you want to sit in there while your laundry is processing. There's also a token machine. I'll explain that in a second. And there is a machine where you can buy your bleach and your softeners out of. You do need to use your medallion, scan it on the tokens machine, and then tell it how many tokens you want. It is $4 to wash a load of laundry, and it is $4 to dry a load of laundry. So one load of laundry, wash and dry, is $8, which is a lot cheaper than it is to send it out. Trust me, it's a lot cheaper. So we choose to do our own, 1, because we want to get it back in a timely fashion, and 2, because we like our Tide Pods and and that kind of stuff. Now Princess does I don't know, we've never sent it out with Princess. I know Holland does a fantastic job, and I see no reason why Princess wouldn't either. I'm sure that they do a fabulous job. But when we have the laundromat that close, and the washers and dryers here are very efficient. You don't have to put it through more than one load, more than one dryer cycle. With some of the ships, those dryers are not the best, So as I mentioned, we bring our own Tide Pods and Downy dryer sheets, because that's what we use at home. I actually don't use dryer sheets at home. I use regular Downy. And the dryer sheets don't quite give you the nice fresh smell that I'm used to at home, but it gets it close, So I just thought I would bring you that information for Princess. like Holland America does not have laundromats on their ships. I do not know about Royal Caribbean and Norwegian or Celebrity or any of the other cruise lines. We pretty much exclusively cruise with Princess, and every now and again we'll take a Holland America cruise, you know, but we're pretty much exclusive with Princess. So that was one thing I wanted to bring to you. Another question that I had was about my magnets and why I bring magnets and how I use magnets. So just to tell you that all of the walls in your staterooms, as you can see here, are metal, but you can I don't know whether you can tell, and I can't get my hand back there. I don't know whether you can tell, but they have a nice kind of a thick wall covering on them, so you can't tell that they're metal. But I do bring magnet hooks, and I usually buy magnets. I have, like right now on my wall, as you'll see here, I have an Alaska map up. I'm ready for our Alaska cruise. I've got hooks up that are holding all of my scarves that I will wear in Alaska. And I have family magnets up there that I've had made through Shutterfly, and I have our Panama Full-Transit certificates up there on the wall because we earn certificates. I've got our passenger in transit cards that we just received last night because we'll have to go off the ship and come back on our turnaround days. I'll explain that probably when we get into the next cruise, or I may explain it in this one just to give you guys an idea. And I've got some other magnets. I found some magnets of the Coral Princess that I just purchased at this time, so I have them up there. And you know, I have a crossbody bag and a tote bag hanging on them. So, and sometimes Chris will hang his hats on there. And what I do is I buy 40-pound magnet hooks. Now, if you put the 40-pound hook on the wall, it's going to hold about 13 pounds. If you hang it on the ceiling, it's going to hold 40 pounds. The ceilings are also metal. So, but just the way you hang the magnet makes a difference. If you hang it vertically or horizontally, it makes a difference. So I love my magnets. I find myself being able to utilize them so much to, like, excursion tickets. If we had any excursions planned, I would hang those up there. They gave us our itinerary on a separate piece of paper, but that usually would normally be on your pattern. I always hang that up on the wall so we know exactly where we are, what nights are formal nights, what times you have to change your clocks back. Like right now, we need to change our clock back an hour tonight. And, you know, so I use it for a plethora of things, and I love them. Now, you'll hear some people go, oh, who in the world needs magnets? That's just something else to pack. Well, it's true. It is something else to pack. But for me, and I'm such a neat freak, I'm very, 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 very organized. And buddy, I utilize those magnets all the time. Another thing I brought this time was I bought some, I'll put a picture here of what I picked up, just the foldable little boxes. I brought 2 of them, and I've got only using one of them. And it's for like superfluous, like I've got the cards in there that we're going to be playing with Barb and Dawn. I've got extra cords in there, phone cords and stuff like that we pull out and put away, you know, regularly, camera cords and things like that, camera batteries, all kinds of different little, my crossword puzzle books are in there, and you know, things like that I don't want sitting out all over the counters, because I am a neat freak, y'all. I really am. And I like things to have I like everything in its place and everything to have a place to put it, you know? So I did want to tell you about the magnets because I've been getting some questions about the magnets on the walls. Now, I guess that's, and I did want to tell you about the Lotus Spa. Now, I'm going to start putting up a video here and just running the footage so you can kind of see the spa. The Lotus Spa is lovely. I have no pricing for you because I really don't know of any to give you, except that I did get my nails done, and I'll show you about that in just a second. But the Lotus Spa is fabulous, you guys. They've got all kinds of different, they've got the warm beds that you can sit on, the hard, what are they, ceramic or whatever beds that you can sit on. You'll see in the video here. maybe I'll add some pictures too. And they have a steam shower. They've got a dry sauna. They've got a steam sauna. They have everything but the pool. They don't have like a whirlpool kind of thing up there. But you can see where you get your hair done and you get your nails done, and a massage tables, and they've got, I'm not sure if I showed the rooms, but they have all kinds of different rooms on either side where you could go in and get, I'm sure, facials and massages and acupuncture and all kinds of other things. The day I went up there, I met the little fitness manager, and she said, and I'm showing you her picture here, and she said I could show you the fitness part of the spa too, and you go kind of the spa is on, I believe, the port side, and the exercise equipment is on the starboard side, all up on deck 14 aft. So it's right above us here. I just literally had to go up, and I was right there up on 14. And on the starboard side, you have this big, with all this equipment, exercise equipment. So you have treadmills and I don't know what all, ellipticals and weight machines and all kinds of stuff. And then you go kind of around the corner and you have a big room where this little lady puts on her, holds classes, and a bunch of bicycles and, stationary bikes and all kinds of information about what you can, the services that they provide here. And they're professionals, they're professionals, and they can give you advice on weight loss, on, why you might be swelling, this and that, and I don't know, all kinds of stuff, So the Lotus Spa on this ship is lovely, absolutely lovely. I did go to Jory and get my nails done the other day, and let me skip to just a snippet of a video that I started, and then I'll go into fast motion and show you how she did put my nails up to the point where I could not video because I was having to put my nails in a little, under a light to dry them. Let me skip to that little bit of stuff right now. Here I am with beautiful Jory. Look at her. Look how gorgeous she is. And she is the nail tech, and she is working on my nails.
I'm already
and
on.
Are you?
Tell me what you want me to do.
Well then, I don't know.
You should come to Jamaica. You would get a lot of good content.
I probably would. Is the sweetest young lady ever. She really is. She's from Jamaica. I think I said that, from Jamaica. And this is how my nails ended up looking. Look at these. She did that by hand. She did the by hand, and then she did and then she put chrome on the top. That is chrome on the top. She added me a little flower and little petals up here. And they look so pretty. They look so pretty. They're iridescent. I don't think you can tell that, but they look kind of iridescent. They're super pretty, super pretty. So these will get me through the rest of the time that I'll be here on the coral. But anyway, the Lotus Spa, I highly recommend it. And I just recommend that you go and try it and listen to what they have to say. They were very low key. Nobody tried to sell me anything. Honest to goodness, nobody has, and even on the ship here, the little girls are down on the promenade deck sometimes giving massages, but it's very low key, very low pressure. In fact, one of the most low pressure ships I've ever been on, honestly, because that's a thing sometimes, on cruise ships where they'll kind of bug you a little bit, but they really haven't me on this ship, which I'm grateful for, So now, moving on totally from the spa, let's talk about gelato. Right from the spa, let's talk about some gelato. Which you might need the spa if you eat the gelato, right? Somebody asked me if they sell gelato on this ship. So I couldn't find anywhere where it said that gelato is sold, but I went to the ice cream shop and asked there, and the gentleman that was there told me, yes, indeed, that you can if you have the plus or premier package, they'll give you like a cup of gelato for free without having to buy the premium desserts, you know, which are like, I don't even know how many calories, probably about 3,000 calories a piece. I really don't know, but they seem to be quite, you know, they look delicious. They look delicious. I've seen people with a Barb got one time and she and I shared it and it was delicious. So, but they do sell just gelato there. Now, if you don't have the plus or the premier package and you just have, you know, the standard package, you didn't purchase the package, you may need to purchase it. I don't know that, but you could ask there at the ice cream shop if you wanted a little cup or cone or something of gelato. They do have it on board because that's what they make the premium desserts out of, and they will give you, he told me they will give you a cup of it or whatever. So just to let you know that. Also, the Crab Shack is being offered on the ship, but it has gone up. It's up to premium of $55, I believe. So, but it looks delicious. I've had the Crab Shack in the past before. You'll have to watch your pattern to see what nights it'll be available. They close off part of the Horizon buffet and hold it up there, which is always the way they've done it. It is very good though. If it's worth $55 a person to you to get some crabs and whatnot, I highly recommend it. I really do. We have chosen not to do it because we are really enjoying the food in the main dining room. They really are doing, there's only been one night that we did not go to the main dining room because I, to tell you the truth, wasn't feeling my best. My stomach was not upset by any stretch of the imagination, but I just wasn't feeling, there wasn't anything on the menu I wanted that looked good to me. And I just said to Chris, I said, I'm feeling kind of leaky today anyway. Why don't we just, you know, kind of chill out and eat at the buffet? And he was good with that. So, but there's only been one night during the whole cruise that we've done that. And where were you? Are you all right? When we went back, you know, are you okay? And we're like, we're okay. And we did try to go down and tell them that we were not coming, but we couldn't find anybody to tell. So they didn't have any idea if we were okay or not or whatever. So anyway, we were okay. Here are two of the workers in the shops. I've kind of gotten to know the ladies and one or two gentlemen that work down in the shops. And these are two of them, Jana, and they're just wonderful, wonderful folks down there. Really sweet girls who really are willing to help you out, answer your questions, and so on and so forth. So, you know, I'm always kind and try to be very sweet with all of them. And I'm telling you again, I have to reiterate, the crew on this ship is some of the best we've ever experienced. They are so sweet. I don't know, they just won something. They're wearing a trophy pin with #1 for 2025 on it, and they were so proud. I cannot remember what the prize was they won, but they're #1 in the fleet for winning it. So we were congratulating them all over the place, of course. So I'm trying to think where I was when we stopped the last time. I believe we had just finished with the Panama Canal, right? Right, I think. So the next day we were in Panama City. Chris and I did not get off of the ship. We'd been into Panama City before, and we were not interested in going in. Good morning from Panama City. Check it out. It's very early in the morning. It's like 6 o'clock here. We are losing time as we go through this cruise. So I'm up early every morning. We just came through the Panama Canal yesterday. So we're gonna be here all day. And Chris and I don't think are getting off the ship. We've been here before. And we're just gonna hang out and enjoy the scenery. So yeah, here we are, Panama City. I did find this map, which was really neat. It shows our entire route for the Panama Canal Full-Transit cruise. I thought that was a very neat map. Think about that, but it's really cool that it gave you the whole route from Fort Lauderdale over to San Pedro. It's pretty neat. So found that the other day when passing. And we also celebrated Easter on board, and I just wanted to show you some pictures of what they did for Easter. I think they did, they did an Easter egg hunt, I think, in the evening time, and I think anybody could participate in that. We did not. I think it was after dinner or something. And then you can see the Princess Patter. They have, you know, Happy Easter on that, and around the ship they had displays with Easter eggs and you know, so on and so forth around. So after the Panama City, we had a sea day. Again, we just, you know, been doing, hanging out and doing just what we do on a sea day, which isn't much, which really is not much. I don't even remember what we did for that sea day. So I'm just going to move on here and tell you about Punta Arenas, which we did not get off in Punta Arenas either, but we had the Euro Dam moored next to us, and I took this little video of the Euro Dam in Punta Arenas, and this is the Euro Dam beside us. There it is. And it's for exercise today. Everybody's doing drills. He's been following us throughout the itinerary. And that day I actually went up and tried to take a peek in the sanctuary, and it looks very nice. Very, very nice. It's got its own pool up there, and it's got a couple of loungers with cushions, and they do have cabanas up there that I'm sure you can. If you are interested in the sanctuary at all, you need to go up to the sanctuary, which you'll find on your map if you look on your app. Just find the map of go to Journey View, and then you can look at the map and find the sanctuary and go up there and make your arrangements for whatever days. You can book it for a full day. I don't know how much though, you guys, on the ship. I don't know how much, but you can book it for a full day or a half day, and for multiple days, however many days you want. But it's very nice up there, very secluded, very nice. So what else? That evening that we were in Punta Arenas, we did go kind of tootle around up on the upper decks, and I found a beautiful picture of the sunset that evening. And the pool, the outdoor pool, looked so pretty to me. I just loved it. And so I took some pictures and a little video of that pool. It was so pretty, so serene. There wasn't hardly anybody up there and around. We were at sea another day. And then we were in Porto Chiapas. And we did get off the ship that day. And here are just some cute pictures that we took while we only stayed at the port. We didn't go far afield. They did have like a hut, big hut. This was actually on Easter Sunday that we were in Porto Chiapas, and some of the stores were closed, which I was not sorry to see that they were closed on Easter Sunday. I thought that was very good, very nice. But they did have a pool there that you could go to for free. Anybody on the ship could go there. We were, I believe, the only ship in port that day. And it was just a lovely little port. You know, there wasn't a lot there. I'm telling you straight out, there wasn't a lot there. But we had, you know, some cute pictures that we took. They had dancers out there, and I don't want to, because of their privacy, I didn't stop to say, do you mind if I put you on YouTube? You know, I didn't do that. But they had mariachi or marimba players there, and they had the dancers there. So it was very nice, very musical all day long. They had the music playing. You could hear it from our balcony. Very nice. So we only went off for about maybe a half an hour, 45 minutes, and came right back on. From our balcony, they had a line of flags hanging there that I took a little video of, and I loved seeing all of these flags from all around the world hanging there all together, flying in the breeze. I was very touched by that for whatever reason. And so I took that little video of all of the flags there. Chris took these pictures of the piazza, or no, excuse me, it's the atrium on this ship, which is the 2 or 3 decks. It covers 2 or 3 decks right in the center of the ship, where, you know, on one, it's kind of the hub of what goes on in the ship. There is entertainment sometimes that happens in the atrium. You know, you can always look down, go up and down steps. They have like kind of half spiral staircases that go up and down. You can see it's lovely. It's absolutely one of the prettiest places on the ship. Very, very pretty. Then we were in Wutuco, excuse me. It's spelled with an H, but I think that is, the H is silent. I have some pictures as we pulled into, I don't even really have any pictures of that. There's really nothing there. There's really nothing there. We were like, what the world? We've been there before, and we didn't get off the ship. I hardly took any pictures that day, y'all. I mean, it was very laid back, very, very, you know, Chris and I just kind of hung out, did nothing that day. I don't even know whether I got any pictures. If I did, I've been putting them up here. So that was Halco. That was exciting. And then at sea another day, and then we were in Porto Viarta. We did not get off. We have been off in Porto Viarta before. It's nice. It's you're docked right in the city almost. Also on our let's see, on our aft we had the beautiful Discovery Princess. You can see I'm showing you pictures here, and then on our bow, off of our bow, we had the Eurodam again. So all three ships were kind of snugged in right at the ports in town. And there was a Walmart right across the street, but you had to cross like 6 lanes of traffic. We said, we don't need anything. We didn't get off. Again, I'm going to have a lot more off the ship content for you once we get to Alaska, you guys. But this cruise was not meant for us to get off, and to be honest with you, these ports don't thrill me like the Alaska ports do. I'm just a fool for Alaska, you guys. I really am. I'm such a geek when it comes to Alaska. I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I cannot tell you. Not that I don't love being on this ship. I'm not here. Not that I don't love being on the ship. I do. I love the people. I love the crew. I love everything about being on here, but I don't have a burning desire. I did not have a burning desire to go to any of these ports. And I don't mean that as any disrespect to anybody. It's just that these ports don't interest me that much. And the ones going up and down up the coast of California, kind of the same thing. Barb and I said, we're just going to stay on board. We might be playing a lot of cards, you know, the 4 of us and that kind of thing. We've all done California Coasters or Pacific Wine Country cruises before, and we've done it and seen it, and we're like, we rather enjoy the ship and the amenities that we can have on the ships. You know, I hope you guys understand that. I'm sure there are some of you in my camp like this, and some of you that are in the camp, no, we must go do all the excursions available. And I get that too. And I totally respect you. And I hope you respect that I don't necessarily. You know, we love the ships. We love, like right now we're doing, if you're seeing me kind of rock back and forth, I don't know whether you've noticed that, but the ship is doing a little bit of shimmy, shimmy, shake today, which we love, you know, and I love it. We just love cruising, you know, just for cruising, not, and for seeing the world, yes, but for just the cruising, we love it. So as I'm looking through my pictures here, that's about all I have to share with you, you guys. I'm trying to think if there's any other questions that I've gotten about hey y'all, I'm morphing in here with a little bit more footage to add. This evening was a formal night, and as you can see here, Chris and I dressed to the nines for us. And here you can see the menu. It was very good. We both chose the tenderloin and lobster, and it was delicious. Absolutely delicious. This is our second to the last night with our waiters, so we took a picture with them. Here, you'll see it in just a minute. Or I took a picture with them. Chris took a picture of the 3 of us. And we had a lovely dinner, just a lovely, lovely, lovely dinner. And it was nice. So back to our regularly scheduled programming. So I've actually started to get out my packing cube, and I've packed away some of my cold shoulder shirts, and I might leave a poncho shirt or 2 out, but I'm probably going to be packing away some of the warmer weather clothing. Just because I know I'm not going to need them, and that way I'll just have all those clothes packed up, and I won't have to pack everything up, you know, when it's time to go home. So I am kind of changing my closet out for the seasons or for the itinerary, I should say. So, But anyway, I guess that's going to be it. I don't want to just sit here and ramble on about nothing. So I will hush. I've talked like 30 minutes again. Ay, ay, ay. So let me go ahead and humbly ask you if you would consider consider subscribing. And if so, hit that notification bell and then hit all with the drop down menu. That way you'll never miss one of my uploads. Please subscribe if you would to my Arlen's Travels channel. If you are watching from Arlen's Country Craft Corner, or vice versa, if you're watching on Arlen's Travels, head over to Arlen's Country Craft Corner. That's my larger of the two channels, and I do a lot of when we get home decorating and crafting and sharing more of our lives, our grandkids, and so on and so forth on that channel. That's my bigger channel. So I'm trying to grow my travels channel though, so please do subscribe over there. I'd appreciate it. So with all of that said, again, I don't know when I'll be back. When I can, I will say that. When we're on the California coastal, I may be able to bring you one or two. I'm not sure though. I will do what I can when I can. How about that, you guys? No, I'm thinking of you every single day. And for those of you who might be struggling or suffering with a catastrophic illness or chronic pain, I hope that you have someone there with you, taking care of you, helping you get through each day, making the very, very best out of each day. I hope there's nothing weighing on your minds or your hearts, pulling your attention away from where you want it to be or from where it should be. I love y'all to bits, to bits, to bits. Hugs all around, and I keep you in my thoughts and my prayers every single day. And with all that said, I'll just say, until next time, y'all take good care. Bye-bye.